never drove a hermaphrodite before. All right, so y'all heard in the beginning of the video, getting it off the trailer, that was straight headers. This is what it sounds like with an X-pipe. All I've gotten on it is the X. It's clamped on, comes down through here, and I just have a set of the next piece where I'm going. Yeah, I just want to know what it sounds like with a straight X-pipe. So the tone should be completely different right off the bat with the X. Much better. Just the X is getting more Corvette by the minute. I'm gonna crank it up like this before I weld it all up at all. We're gonna hear what it sounds like with over the axle pipes. Stock hanger fits up here and just slides in. And I'm gonna go ahead and weld that on this, cut off my extra tip because it sticks out just a little bit farther than I'd like it to. It's got a little length on it. So we're gonna notch it about right there, make it look right, and all those extra parts pieces I cut off the bell ends, well, I got to reuse them. Now it comes out nice and polished. And this factory hanger, I can utilize just like that. Kind of made this little hanger thing out of a piece of paint mixer. I'll show you how I did that. So I'm gonna make these hangers like this out of some old paint things that I never used. So I'll go ahead and just cut the stir part off, but leave just enough so I can still stick it back on my drill if I need to. Now, I've already made 3 of these. So what I do is start where I cut, and I'll make a mark with a Sharpie. So I'm gonna have to bend down there. So let's bend that. So from the bend, I can go ahead and match up some more. Y'all hear them frogs? Southeast Louisiana, man, as soon as it rains, they out. So that's pretty simple. Now, to mimic this, I made a series of marks like on my last couple ones. So I started here, then I bent here, and I just kind of rotated around. My next bend was about there, my next one on the tip. So, to mimic this, I'll hold this at 90 degrees and start on that point and just force it over a little bit on each little notch until a piece of 2.5 sits right in it. I need to go a little bit more here. Vice a little bit. Just kind of wedge the top, fold it over. As you go through, check it. Oh, a little too much on the top side. That's perfect. That'll weld right on. So now I got my lines to match up on my piece of pipe. So I can draw a line with the notches on it. Now I know I'm straight. Can weld it off of the car. I just recorded putting that whole pipe on and didn't press the record button. Well, I'm gonna take it back off and put it back on again because that's what it's designed to do. Got, see, Baller dropped off his crate motor for his LS swap truck. So that's how she fits, nice and perfect. To get it off, wiggle, slide it forward. pull it down. And there's your muffler delete. Got the bracket welded on, slight adjustment in the hanger there. And to put it on, we'll just slide this in the hole. There it is. Pass the exhaust a little bit. I put a flared in on the side, and I made a mark with the Sharpie. There, that's lined up. We clamp it and call that a day. That's pretty simple. And it's clean too. Look how clean that is. I just want to know how good that sounds. Ain't gonna burn the paint. Can even come up with it a little bit if I wanted to. So, now that I got this side made, bonk, I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate the other side, and we're gonna crank this thing up straight X-pipe all the way out the back. I'm telling you, it sounds just like a Corvette. Check. So that side's done. Come on this side, and I have to cut this to the same length as the other side, and then mark where to put my hanger. So I'll go ahead and it wraps on the inside so you don't see it. Put that in the hanger slot. There you go. Now I can mark. So right here, I'm gonna make my line where my hanger sits. I'm gonna draw the stripes off of the last part. I'll make another line. There we go. So y'all can see what I did. All those lines, when this is sitting in here correctly, lines up with all my marks. And I said that other one was about, I can't do this with a tripod, and it's about a ½ inch off the bumper. Something like that. All right, here's the last step in the 4.8 swapped GT Mustang. Full long tube stainless headers. 3-inch reduced down to 2.5, welded. Full X-pipe, equal length. Rear, the V-bands also. 2.5-inch mandrel bent over the axles. Fully welded. And at the back, to some uncomplicated, just clean, simple stainless pipes. This is gonna be my favorite way it's gonna sound. This is gonna be the more Corvette sound, just straight X-pipe all the way out the back. Let's hear what this sounds like. Hit it. the straight X-pipe. It's long tube headers to an X equal length back over the axle and at the back. I'm gonna crank it up like this to let y'all hear this before I go and put the mufflers back on it, because it's just a little more streetable. But this is just pure fun. Man, this thing sounds good. Now, as beautiful as that is, I'm gonna go ahead and put the mufflers back on it. Said I come off. With mufflers. Well, there's the full stainless steel exhaust on this 4.8 LS swapped Mustang. It's got a stage 3 BTR truck cam, I believe, and it's 2.5 inch full length all the way out the back with muffler deletes or SLP loudmouths. So appreciate y'all watching. Catch you next week. I try to do one every Friday. If you're new, go to my channel, like and subscribe, and check out my playlist. I have all kind of burnouts and car shows and exhaust systems and you name it. So thank y'all for watching Modified. Catch y'all next week. Later.